Hi, friends. It's about February the 22nd, 2025, not quite midnight yet. Um, I just saw several YouTubes about people who don't want to make friends anymore and want to be by themselves, enjoy their own company. Well, you're looking at somebody that finds it hard to make a friend. Um, If you knew my background, you'd understand, and I'll share a little bit about my background. It took a lot of years to become a psychologist in Kentucky and over here in Indiana, where I'm based now. A licensed marriage and family therapist, a licensed clinical social worker, and licensed addiction therapist. The reason I mention that is that I saw so many people that had some reason to use a counselor, therapist, or psychologist, whatever you'd like to call us, to get on disability. They, they would create mental problems that they didn't have many times because their attorney that they had hired to get on disability said if you see a psychologist or a mental health professional, the rates will go up, percentage will go up that you'll get on disability because they can't measure that. They don't do psychological tests. No, they do as part of any disability exam. The examiner will you'll meet with a psychologist and they'll spend maybe 10, 15 minutes at the most. I've sat in on them. And they'll just ask basic things like your memory. Can you count backwards from 100 and subtract 7? Do you know what day it is? Do you know the president? Um, how did you get here? Did you drive or did someone bring you? Okay, that's the psychological part. Um, they also see a um, physical person who checks this is a MD or a DO, a doctor that will do a very brief chemical assessment for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. But anyhow, after seeing over 35 or 40 years, after seeing a lot of people, you don't internalize this until later in life, and you say these people aren't here for anything but to use me. And then you start putting everybody in the group of they're there to use you. Um, and then if they don't get disability the first time, they'll go ahead and apply a second time. It's called an appeal. And then a third time, they'll usually get it because they'll find an attorney that knows the judge real well. And I've never seen it fail. I've never seen it fail on a third time. The attorney will know what judge will push it through the person, the paperwork, and push it through. I've been in sessions where a judge would be sitting in the library and he would be watching people come in. Nobody knew he was there. He would watch them all of a sudden pull out a cane and start walking. He would notice things like this. were they really crippled when they walked in the library? Other times were they laughing and cutting up and saying, I think I'm going to get disability this time because of my attorney. Yeah, judges notice that, because I've been in offices where, well, actually it was in a library here in Madison, Indiana, where he would be just sitting back there with the books, watching people get out of the car, watching people pull the wheelchair out, and when they got close to coming to the inside, they would get in the wheelchair and let someone pull them up, push them up the stairs and all. All this is noticed, and believe it or not, they're fair about it. If the person really is stumbling from the car to the library, in the conference room, he'll say, "What? Why were you? Why were you having such a problem walking up here?" And he would say, "Well, I've been fighting this pain and unable to walk for years, and no one's helped me and all this." And that guy in particular did get on disability. Okay, now the other ones now are being done by video, and I'm not allowed to be in the room to talk to the judge by video. Only the attorney and the patient or client is allowed to be in the room if there's a video conference going on. Okay, now somehow this worked on my mind. Somehow it was them, or it was the drug users or the drug dealers that I started seeing toward the end of my working in the mental health field. And I was very discouraged when people kept using drugs, and I was trying to help them. They go back to prison if they tested positive for meth too many times, or cocaine, or whatever it is. Somehow I can't get this out of my mind, and I've got two friends. One's 70 and the other is 95. I talk to them every night for support, and sometimes I'm the only person that calls them. So there are two people that I talk to every day. Other than that, I don't go looking for new friends. I don't have any friends, and I'm not seeking new friends. As you can tell, I'm not in the teenage years anymore, or even in the 20s. So I've just shared with you that the reason why a lot of people don't want to be alone is because they've been discouraged by people that have been in their friendship circle before, or that they've met before and found out things they didn't like or agree with. And that's just the way it is. So the older one gets, possibly the fewer friends you have, unless you build up a network of meeting people in senior citizen groups or the church or things like that. So I just wanted to bounce that off to you and say to you, if you're finding it that you don't want to meet any new friends, you're not alone. There's a lot of people out there, and many times it's for good reason. And some of us are loners anyhow. If we're loners, we may enjoy reading books and or writing books. And I've written books over the years. And also, I read a lot of books at night, especially spiritual books, self-help books, things like that. So thanks for listening, and God bless you. And if you like this, feel free to subscribe. Feel free to hit the like button. And we'll talk again soon, okay? I'll try to keep these shorter than the past ones. Take care.